Oh, yeah. I still don't know what it means. It's something about Mordor, isn't it? God, I've got absolutely no idea. Right. Maybe I should put my glasses on. Break out the ale. These men are thirsty. I said that a lot, actually, up in Sheffield. Is it Game of Thrones? Lord of the Rings? I can't remember saying that line.
Break out the ale! These men are thirsty!
I mean, it was 25 years now, and we started shooting in 1999, and it was released, I think, in 2000 or 2001. Kids that were like 10, they're like 35-year-old now, or 40. You know, you forget that it's kind of it's timeless, you know, and to keep it all secret, when we got to New Zealand, on the front cover, it didn't say Lord, it says Jamboree. And that's what scouts in England do. They go on a jamboree or something. And I rang my agent. I said, "Are you sure this is Lord of the Rings that we're doing?" She says, "Yeah, that's just to, just keep people away and keep it secret." I think, oh, thank God for that.
One of you must do this.
That bit where I'm going like that. Something, God, I'm terrible, aren't I? When you've done a film, it just goes straight out of your head forever, really. It's something about Mordor, isn't it? We're going to Mordor. What is it?
One does not simply walk into Mordor.
One does not simply walk into Mordor. Did you ever ask why? Why we toppled all those dictators, undermined all those regimes, only to come home? Well done, good job, but sorry, old boy. Everything you risked your life and limb for has changed. That must be an army thing. Is it a very good film? God, I've got absolutely no idea. Oh, yeah.
Did you ever ask why? Why we toppled all those dictators, undermined all those regimes?
Kind of came out of the blue. There was talk about me playing James Bond, but I was too young anyway, and it was only talk, it wasn't really, nothing ever came of it, which I kind of understood, because I wouldn't have expected to be cast as James Bond. I was doing it like 33, I think, at the time, and that's when it kind of started happening. And then a couple of years later, they said, would you like to play 006? And I thought, oh, yeah, next best thing. So I didn't have any hesitation. And I knew Pierce Brosnan was playing the new Bond. And I've always liked Pierce. I've liked his work. And it was quite simple, really. There was no auditions. It wasn't a long, drawn-out thing. It was just like, can we make the dates work and that? And then, bang, that were it. Bessie, she was one of yours. Elizabeth, no. Is this a stage? No. Film? Not Clarice. No. Oh, no. I don't know anything at all. Bessie, she was one of yours. Right.
Bessie, she was one of yours.
Bessie!
We met the writers, and they were only, at that time, they'd only cast myself and Peter Dinklage, and they said, they were honest. They say you die, I said, man, you've said that. I says, how many episodes? He said, about 9. And I says, that's all right, They said he has to die, just because it's in the books, And I said, yeah, and, yeah, that's super. I had another job to go to, so I weren't that bothered, really. I didn't work for a long time for that. It was such an important role, and he kick-started the whole thing off, and he brought a kind of humanity and innocence. He was quite an ingenuous man for a leader, and he was naive, and he was quite open to ideas, and he loved his family. He wasn't built for, moving south down with those treacherous, poisonous people down in the south. And that was his downfall, of course, and left his family for his honour, really. And but so I knew I was going to get my head chopped off, but that was fine, It was a fantastic part up till then, Listen, strange women lying in ponds, distributing swords is no basis for a system of government. Wow, that's like a riddle, isn't it? Strange women lying in ponds. Is it like a medieval thing? Oh.
Listen, strange women lying in ponds, distributing swords is no basis for a system of government.
Don't know how you do all things. I think I once played one And that was about 30 years ago. But if I get into that, I just don't want to distract myself with it, because I think I'll just be glued to it all the time. And I don't really think I'll gain very much knowledge from it, except just faster reactions with my thumbs, fingers. Right. Gentlemen, why is this word capitalised? Not the I. I ain't got it so far. Oh, yeah.
Why is this word capitalized?
I still don't know what it means. I learned a lot about American history when I was doing National Treasure, because we went to all these different places, and because we were traveling we were in Los Angeles first, and then we went to New York and Philadelphia, which was interesting, and we went to see the Liberty Bell. And we were actually up there, right next to it was like this, we were actually having a scene with the bell. You're not supposed to touch it, but I didn't realise it had that much historic history, and they kind of said, "Oh, you shouldn't do that." I didn't realise. Sorry. Sometimes you have to serve in order to lead. Is this a film? Yeah. Are they all films? No idea. Oh yeah.
Sometimes you have to serve in order to lead.
I was playing Odysseus, but I wasn't in it all the time. So a lot of the time we were just around the pool and reading the newspapers and having a laugh. It was great, and going in the gym, because everybody had to I remember when I got there, I was really quite skinny, and everybody else, like Eric Banner and Brad Pitt, and they were all like this, And I thought, I better get fucking gym and get working out, because I'm skinny twat here. And I was all right at first, because I had a big robe on it. It gave me more time to build up. I was all right in the end. I looked all right. Because it's a secret meeting. So it's something out of Coronation Street in the kitchen, and someone's going, "How can I?" "No, because it's a secret meeting. Shut door." I've never been in Coronation Street, but they're all that kind of military thing, aren't they? And secret things, and you better tell me who it is. Oh yeah, a secret thing about space, yeah.
Yeah, but Elrond?
Because it's a secret meeting.
Meeting at that Council of Elrond, wasn't it? That must be the connection, yeah. Oh, that's good.
Why does Elrond mean secret meeting?
The Council of Elrond is from Lord of the Rings?
Yeah, there was a thing in Lord of the Rings, actually. There was another reference to a part I played before in there. I got a sword in my hand in Lord of the Rings, Boromir, and he goes like that, and I go like that, still sharp. I don't look at the camera and go, still sharp. Still sharp. And I played Sharpe in that television scene. So, yeah, I liked it anyway. It's me. I got 4 years. Right, that must be me ringing my wife up in time and telling her I've been banged up for 4 years. It's me. I got 4 years. This fella, this brilliant writer, he's the equivalent of Martin Scorsese in the UK, called Jimmy McGovern. And he just gets people, he gets how people talk and the situations they find themselves in, the hardship of lives and how they clash together. All these characters that were written so psychologically brilliant. It's all because of him that I kind of got these BAFTAs. And I didn't think I'd win it, because I wasn't like in the running, I wasn't a favourite. My wife and I, Ashley and I, were laid in bed having, we were having a late roast dinner, like roast beef and Yorkshire puddings, and we just sat watching the BAFTAs. And it came up, and before the award came up, my agent, Jane Epstein, she rang me up, my agent, and she said, "He's only gone and fucking won it, hasn't he?" I think it was a text, actually. My wife told me, and I went, "What?" And it was delayed, and then it come up, and then I won it again. I won it twice. But, and then we were just like, it's nice. Fucking hell. We got up, went out for a bottle of champagne, went downstairs. It was such a shock, but, it was a really nice shock. Oh, I know this one. Our dad prayed for you too, every day for the rest of his life. Anemone. Our dad prayed for you too, every day for the rest of his life. Working with Daniel was brilliant, and to watch him work, his technique. And he had 2 long monologues, which were very powerful. It was interesting to watch how he paced it and his timing. He started off on a level, they reached a peak, they went back down again and built it up again. And that was quite a challenge. That is quite an achievement to be able to do that. And yesterday when he was speaking on stage, we were all on stage together. Well, he didn't imply that he would like to pursue his acting career, but he didn't say he wouldn't be. I got the sense that he would like to continue, you know, in the future. I hope so. You'll fire 5 rounds, no more, no less. You will shoot officers and NCOs. And when you count your ammunition, every man will have 13 rounds left. Oh, is that Sharpe? Yeah, thought so.
We'll fire 5 rounds. No more, no less.
I began shooting Sharpe in 1992, I think. So it's a long time ago. But Sharpe kind of came out of the blue because they'd already cast it. An actor called Paul McGann was playing the role of Sharpe. And he hurt his I think he did his cruciate ligament or something like that, playing football. Came to the point where they had to recast. And unfortunately for him, you know, he had to give it up, and they all came back to England. And that's when I got a call. It was like, I think it was a Friday night. I got a call saying, would you like to, can you play this character? It's called Sharpe. And I'd read it before, and I was up for the part, but I didn't get it. I went, yeah, okay. And so you've got to be there on Sunday, and you're working Monday morning, you know, this stuff, you know, uniform, everything, soldiers and horses around you. And then it went on for, God, you know, a few years. You know, every year I was over there filming in pretty harsh, rough conditions. You know, it was like cowboy country, you know, literally a load of men in the middle of this kind of countryside. I mean, it was very appropriate for the film and for the role we were playing, because it were harsh and it were rough, and but it were a good laugh, and it's a part that I'll always kind of, you know, cherish.